I think it's pretty commonly known these days that people tend to think that they deserve more than what they have or what they're given. And I think deep down we all know that this is not true. Because the thing is, to say that you deserve something, it assumes that you're entitled to it. But the thing is, you are not entitled to anything. Life doesn't pay you and give you what you want based on the fact that you want it. Like, I'm sure many of you know people in your personal lives, or you've interacted with people throughout your life who have said, oh yeah, I really want this thing, I really want that thing. But they do absolutely nothing towards that thing. They just chat. It's all talk. Life will only reward you with the things that you want if you put the work in to get it. This is not coming from a place of judgment, because me personally, I've all too have been a massive participant of this mindset. When I first started working out, getting into fitness and self-improvement, that kind of stuff, I was very much like, I thought, oh yeah, I'm all about self-improvement now. All I want to do is I want to go work out, I want to do this, I want to do that. To be fair to myself, back then, I did train really fucking hard. I trained fairly often too. But everything else in my life was not up to par. Like eating, diet, not there. Sleep, not there. Hydration, not there. Like every single other aspect of what it takes to get fit and get in good shape and all that kind of stuff, I wasn't doing it. Like the amount of times I would, get home from work in an evening, and then I'd say to myself, all right, this evening I'm gonna study. I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna really focus. I'm gonna have an early night. I'm going to get up early in the morning and have a really good gym session. What I would inevitably do is, a friend would message me saying, oh, you're out tonight? And I'm just like, oh, I can stay and have an early night. But so see, back then I drank as well. So, that was just all too tempting to go out, spend money, go and have a night out with the lads, get fucked up, all that kind of shit. And yeah, it was too many times when I wanted to have a good early night, productive, learn, rest, but then I would always end up coming out of a nightclub at like 4 or 5 a.m. or sometimes even later than that. In fact, pretty quite often later than that, and just feel like absolute shit. Like, especially, I've spent all my money in a club. I've spent like £100+ on alcohol, and they're probably buying random girls' drinks as well, because I was a little simp back then. Yeah, walking home feeling like absolute crap. You're like, your ears are ringing because it's so loud in there, and you've got a headache, you're just dehydrated, you feel like crap, and it's just so fucking depressing. And I used to do that so much. Like, I wasted fucking days, mate. I wasted days just recovering from one night out, and I used to do that all the time. Like, literally, I used to do that 3 or 4 times a week. So you can imagine, for the entirety of the week, because I'm going out so much, I was just always recovering from a hangover. And it's just not going to get you anywhere. Like, I wasted so much time back then. So much time. Okay, this is a massive mistake that people make as well. I'm going to call this the blame game. So basically, this is probably the vast majority of people, to be honest with you. As a whole, we all like to blame other people for our downfalls. Accountability is very difficult for all of us. And I've obviously done it myself so many bloody times, but you always hear people saying things like, oh, if this person actually came through with their promises and did what they said they were going to do, then I'd be in this better position by now, and I'd be where I want to be. Or, this person stabbed me in the back and they did this and they did that. Like, it happens to all of us. We've all been there. But the issue with that is, it's like, okay, because maybe you're right. Maybe you were stabbed in the back. Maybe it's not actually your fault. Maybe it was like the reason why you didn't progress how you wanted to progress because someone else made a decision that affected you and held you back. And yeah, you're right. It's their fault. Now what? You're still in the exact same position. Nothing's changed. Blaming other people just gives your power away completely. The only way you can get through this is if you take that power back and take accountability for it. I'm not saying that you should let people get away with everything. If someone actually does do you wrong, then you can't just let them walk all over you. Be like, oh no, it's okay, I'll just do this. You hold them accountable. I say, all right, you did fuck up, but I'm gonna have to fix it because it's now my problem. So even though something wasn't your fault, you are responsible for fixing it. And it sucks and it's annoying, but that's just how it is, most of the time at least. Because by blaming them, and essentially even an outcome that affects you, by blaming the other person, you're literally just giving your power away willingly. You're just actively saying, okay, it's their fault, so I'm gonna actively give away my power to them so they can take responsibility. But I'm still in the same fucking place. Nothing changes for me. And it's all up to that person to change it for me. Most people don't care enough to do that. It literally is all up to you. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is life isn't fair. Some people are born into conditions where they get a head start, whether they're born into a wealthy family, they're born with dashing good looks, they have a good social circle. If they're born into a place where they have more resources to do things and opportunities, then obviously naturally that's going to benefit them in a large way. But some people are born into poverty. Their family can't afford to eat when they're a kid. They've got a rough childhood, or they've got no role models. Their mum can't afford to buy them the newest shoes, whatever. Like any of these things, it doesn't matter. Regardless of where you start, you have to finish, don't you? Because when it comes down to it, you just have to play the card you're dealt. Like you can't change the cars that you've been given. Like the conditions you're born into are just the conditions you're born into. There's nothing you can do about it. I'll give you an example from my own life. So when I was younger, especially as a child, mid-teens, late teens, for most of my adolescence, I didn't really have much confidence. Like socially, I really struggled a lot. I couldn't really speak to people much, especially in the realm of dating. I was terrible at all of that stuff. A friend of a friend, he was like a proper, he always had, the chat, the gift of the gab. He's just very good at talking to people, very socially confident. And I used to be so jealous of that. I was like, how does he just seems to get everything he wants? Like how he just has his confidence. He gets all the attention. He has this, he has that. And I just didn't understand it, especially back then. I was like, what the hell, man? Like, it's just not fair. Like life's just not fair. Some people just have it, some people don't have it. Me. I used to moan a lot about that stuff. And I mean, not even just the social and confidence aspect of it as well. Like money, fitness. I used to be like pretty damn overweight. So I was a chubby kid. And so I was just, it's just not fair. Why is he in such good shape? He gets all the attention and, people like him, blah, 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 blah. Next minute, I'm eating 200 grams of chocolate and, just downing like some cheesy chips. And it's just like, well, no shit. Of course you're not in good shape because you're eating like crap. And so like, those are the conditions that I had. I always had an urge to eat when I was younger, like just eat crap food, sugar, fat, all that stuff. I was just like addicted to food when I was younger. And so I found it very hard to not do that. But again, I was still making a choice. It was still me who decided to put all that shit in my body, and the result from that was I got fat. It's as simple as that. Like whatever your life is now is a result of the choices you've made in the past. And there's no one else to blame. There really isn't. Even if other people have tried to influence you, and they've said, Josh, come out tonight. I'm in my head. I'm thinking, no, I need to stay in. I need to have an early night. I need to study. I need to wake up early so I can go to the gym. But they're saying, Josh, come out. Just fucking chill, man. Let loose a little bit. Come and have a good time. And then I would be like, yeah, okay, fuck it. Like, of course, the social pressure's there, and they're trying to convince me to come out. And obviously, weekly, I was just like, yeah, go on then. And then spent another 4 days recovering from a hangover. But regardless of the outcome, I still had a choice. And I still chose to go out. I still chose to neglect my goals and neglect the things that I thought were my priorities and go out and get fucked up. You cannot blame anyone else for your situation. And even if you feel like you can, And even if someone else did do something that affected your situation, it's completely futile. Like, you get nowhere from blaming someone else. Hold them accountable for their shitty behavior, sure. Say, you did this and you need to acknowledge that, apologize, whatever, if you need to get an apology from that person. But in terms of responsibility, it's no one else's but yours. If you're out of shape, you haven't got the confidence you want, or you haven't got the money you want, the job, you're not living in the place you want, there's no one else to blame but you. And I know it's a tough pill to swallow, because it's something I deal with as well. Like, I'm not yet in a place that I want to be in my life, but I'm just going to keep working until I get there. It might take 5 years, 10 years, 7 years. I mean, hopefully not like 20 years. I hope not. Hopefully I'll get there before then, but you never know. What I can do is work my absolute fucking hardest and try my best until I get there. That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe, like the channel, like the video, and press the bell notification icon button on the top of the screen so you do not miss out on this content. Because, gems of wisdom up in here, and I'm giving it all to you guys so you can apply it to your own lives and get what you want out of life. I'll see you guys very, very soon. It's time to go and put the work in.